Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Barbie Dolls of the Week. Well, here in the U.S., tomorrow it's Memorial Day, so I hope you have a safe Memorial Day and maybe think about those we've lost. And then, unfortunately, it's back to work for most of us. But today I want to focus on dolls. And I want to ask the question, what's your favorite decade for dolls? Or era? What's your favorite era for dolls? For me, it's an easy answer. And so those I want to show you why the 80s were my favorite decade for Barbie and also the superstar era in general, I guess you would say, which actually started a little bit into the late 70s. But the 80s dolls are really my favorite by far. And why is that, by the way? Let's talk a minute about why a certain decade would be someone's favorite decade of Barbie, or any doll, I guess, if they lasted more than a decade. Um, for me, it's because, first of all, that's when I started collecting Barbie in 81 ish, 81, 82, somewhere in there. I think it was 82, actually. And also, that's what got me started collecting was the style of the 80s dolls. And to me, that can be summed up in one word, which is glamour. Not all of them were glamorous, like Great Shape Barbie comes to mind, or maybe even My First or Magic Curl. They're not that glamorous, but they have simple beauty too, I think, especially Magic Curl and My First Barbie, both the first two. So today I want to show you some of the dolls that got me involved in Barbie collecting. And first of all, I want to mention some that I'm not going to show today, which is the Dolls of the World collection, because that truly is one of the things. I'd see those at even just a department store that I would occasionally be in. And I was amazed by those dolls of the world and all the costumes and the different looks, and that they weren't all blonde, and there was just such a variety. But on the other hand, when I started looking into Barbie, and I had always been interested in Barbie, by the way, this wasn't the first time I was interested. This was just the first time I had the money and ability to collect the doll herself. So when I started looking into the playline dolls, and I want to stress that these are playline dolls that I'm going to show you today. Thing is that so many times people today or in recent years say, "Oh, but that's only a playline doll, so you can't expect a lot." And nowadays that's true. But back in the 80s, and again, this is a selling point for the dolls from the 80s, they were so glamorous and beautiful. And not everyone wants that glamour, I get it. Some people like simplicity of the more current dolls and the more casual looks, and I like them sometimes too. It depends on the doll, depends on the look, and hopefully it's not a potato sack dress, as I call them. But to me, it just never compares to what started me in the 80s. So let's start with this doll, which is, of course, Magic Curl Barbie. And you all probably know, who've been watching for a while, that one of the reasons I like Magic Curl is because to me, she was just so different. I mean, I had never seen a Barbie doll. And, my sister had Barbie dolls way before I did. I guess that would have been in the early 70s before we left Pennsylvania. Philadelphia area is where I'm from. And she had dolls. I don't know which ones she had, but I would sneak and play with them because I was not allowed to play with them at all. And it was so, especially back then, it was thought of as such a girly thing to do that boys were very much looked down upon if they wanted to play with dolls. Nowadays, it's a little different in most cases, not all, but most cases. People realize that, it's a doll and it's not a problem. So back to this doll. I love, as you know, the yellow dress, even though it's simple and it's kind of country charm. But I love it. It fits this doll. And I mean, just look after all these years. This is a 1981-82 doll. Um, Came out in 82, I believe. It's just beautiful. And look how well she's held up. Now, I have others that have been played with, and around here somewhere. I see a couple actually right now up there, and they don't look quite this good. And then they're in different outfits, just for variety, of course. But look at her hair, and I mean, who would have thought that a Barbie would have hair like this? So I'm not sure if there was any. The bubble cut Barbies, they certainly had some curl to their hair, but not like this. So yeah, that's the first one I want to show you. And then let's look at this other one, and I'm going to show the African American version of this one. And that is, I mentioned earlier, Great Shape Barbie. Well, here she is. Let me take her off the stand for a minute. So this one I got some recent years. I did a video and I had bought her from another collector on Facebook. So she's got the headband and this lovely teal turquoise outfit, bodysuit, whatever you want to call it, um, with these wonderful. I think this is what makes the outfit. You know, this ties it all together with the pink little scarf type thing for a cincher. And I put her with this, which is, a boombox that just reminded me of that time period. And the thing is that Jane Fonda was doing her very, very popular workout videos at the time. Richard Simmons, I think, was around. So it was just a workout craze, and that's why they did this, I'm pretty sure. Um, they had sets that came with these three dolls, or actually, I'm trying to remember if there was a skipper. I think there might have been, so four dolls, if that's true. And they had like workout sets you could buy, and little locker room accessories and stuff. So, yeah, just very great concept doll, I think. And the blonde is a simple and a straight arm doll. So I'll save that one for another day. But yeah, she's looking good and barely worked up a sweat yet. So let's put her back on her stand and go on to the next doll from the 80s that I want to show, which is, let me get her. I'm going to try to sort of go in order, um, although that one might have been slightly out of order compared to this one. So this is Pink and Pretty. This is again the Caucasian. She still has her earrings and her ring blinging right out. And they didn't put rings and earrings on Great Shape because it wouldn't have made sense. And Magic Curl actually had a ring, or has a ring, but no earrings, I don't think. I always think it would have been nice if they had a little necklace for her, but she doesn't really need it, but I just still think it would have been nice. This one has a pretty face, very little makeup that you can see. Now there is a little blue eyeshadow I do see above her eyes, but I mean very light lips, hardly anything on her cheeks, things like that. And actually, let me see something. You know what? I'm going to pause this for a sec. Okay, I just remembered my light. I wanted to put the light on, so it's a little shadowy in here. So let me show you her again. And this thing is riding up. Boy, let me push that down. So this one, I believe her outfit is a little faded on the top, but it's not too bad. And this is kind of not the newest looking, but overall she just looks great. And she has all these pieces, like this little. It's sort of like a cape, but I've got it around her waist right now. I just thought this is such an exquisite doll due to all the, and it's not necessarily the face. The face is fine, the face is okay, but it's all these accessories and outfit. I just love it. And she's got her pink shoes that do tend to stay on because of being on this stand. So that's Pink and Pretty. Now let's go to Crystal Barbie. So again, such a quintessential 80s doll. Let me go ahead and take her off her stand. And every time I point this doll out, I just always talk about the shimmer and the color from this midsection cincher. She got her necklace. She doesn't have earrings. She did have earrings. So this one is missing her earrings and her ring, unfortunately. But it's still such a great doll even without those. She's got this wonderful boa that's also shimmery. I mean, this reminds me of Ice Queen or something. I like her face a lot. I think she's got just the right amount of makeup, and she's got those kind of lavender eyes and the pinkish lips. At least it looks pink to me. And just such an overall pretty doll. I mean, I think she's gorgeous. And, they have a hint of pink in the middle, which is really not so much pink, but maybe fuchsia or something. But it's a white dress, so it sort of bucks the trend of so many pink outfits, which I think is good. Her hair is just in a ponytail right now. It had been restyled over the years, and she looks pretty good. She's from, I believe, 1983. So, yeah, Crystal Barbie, I know, is a favorite among many people. Now, let's go ahead and move on. Put her back on her stand. These are all from my Superstar shelf above me right here. Let's look at Magic Moves Barbie. And, I mean, you talk about glamorous. Boy, look at this. There's some kind of spot on the back. I don't know where that came from. Actually, two spots. Oh, that's weird. I don't know where those little sort of brown spots came from. But this can go up on her head, some like that. Let me put it up there. I think it actually looks better, just kind of around her head, not on it. She's got this great, let me see if this comes apart. Yeah, it just unsnaps. You take that off for a minute. So she's got this great outfit underneath. I love this. This sort of reminds me of Pink and Pretty's outfit on the bottom half, at least. She has that waistline that needs cinched because it sat for too long. So, and I like the top half. This neck piece is really pretty. So let's see if she does her little trick. So, let's see. Magic moves. Uh-oh. Let's see. Try to put her arms up and see if something happens. I don't see anything happening. So, I guess she doesn't do her trick. Let me try putting it back for a minute. See if that's what you have to do, and then do it. Yeah, I hear something, but oh, wait a minute. It did a little something. There. See that? That's what it did. Just a little movement there. I guess this arm isn't like that. She does have a ring and earrings. She doesn't have a necklace because she has this. What a beautiful face there. Now, see, that's to me, that and that Crystal Barbie have the very much 80s face, or what I think of as 80s Barbie faces. Okay, and this, by the way, I'll show you with it off the doll. It's like a little, I don't know what to call this. It's just like almost like a jacket cape. The spots I'm talking about, which maybe these are from the rubber band. I just thought of that. But look at those spots. You can see them better on the back. I'm going to try to see if I can get that out. That's too bad. I feel like that is from the rubber band. Well, I'll work on it. I don't want to rip the outfit. Oh, I just got one piece off, but it still left a little spot. So, okay, moving on, because I've got 3 more dolls to show you. So next would be Peaches and Cream, which, again, you talk about a quintessential 80s doll that everybody seems to know and want. It would be this one, and I can't get her barrette to stay, but that's okay. She does, now see, this is what I think would have looked good with Magic Girl. Just something like this. Real small. Let me see if she has her earrings. She does. And her ring, and she does. I love this bodice, and slightly iridescent too, or I guess it is, especially with this right here. She's got this boa. I don't love the barrettes in her hair because they're way too big, but I don't want to lose them, so I'm keeping them in there. And I just noticed her rubber band that I replaced has now broken. So it needs a new one, and hopefully I can find one of a different color. Or maybe I just won't put a rubber band in it and just leave it like this. I think that's what I'm going to try. I hate to keep putting rubber bands in here. She's got this great dress. I think that this particular one, the dress is, I don't see any like stains or anything like that. I mean, they really shouldn't have it, but I think the only reason that one did is because this part went to where her hair was and where the rubber band was, which, let me see her again. I just saw that there's a little piece of the rubber band on the side still in her hair. So let me see if I can get that out before I move on to the last doll, which I have 2 versions of. I think I got it. Oh, Lord, I didn't realize how much there was back here. Yeah, I'm going to keep her out and try to work on her, because I hate when the doll gets messed up like that because of the rubber band. Okay, the last doll for today is, and I think she's from 86 and maybe on the shelves in 87 or something like that, is this wonderful Dream Glow. Probably my least favorite dress of this time period, especially of all the ones I've shown you. This is definitely my least favorite dress. I'm just not a big fan of all these, stars and uh, whatever this is. I forget what the name of this is, but the ruffly stuff. I do like the bodice. That's like my favorite part of the dress. But I love the doll. Her face is beautiful. I love her hairstyle. Is one of my favorites. And I've seen several people online, restoring these and trying to get this. That'd be hard to do. It's got that part here, just separate, and then this part, and then what makes it is this the way they've got this in the front, pulled back, which is what's tied up in the back. So, of course, she does have the earrings, not a necklace. Let me see. She's missing her ring. I just want to know where all these rings go. There must be rings around somewhere. And then just to finish up, there's the African American version of the same doll, and she doesn't have, I just realized maybe it's still in her box, assuming I still have it. Oh Lord, this one definitely has spots on the dress. I didn't realize, I knew there were some here in the front, but boy, they're all over the back. Now see, that I don't know what it's from. I mean, all these, let me take her off for a minute. All these spots, I mean, she just has been displayed, so I don't know what that's from. Well, I can't see them on the camera, but really look here, you see some of the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, there you are. Now you can see it. I have no idea what those are from, or if that would come out. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try it. I think I'm going to wash this dress and see what happens, but back to the doll. Unfortunately, with those things, she does have her ring, by the way, and a necklace. Why? What do you know? So that one's missing a necklace, I guess. I didn't remember her having a necklace. I'll have to look and see if that is really hers. If not, I may put it on Magic Girl for once just to see. But this is what she looks like, close up, I mean. And I like this doll, but I wish it had the Mrs. Hart African American face. I like that face better. Oops, and one of her shoes just fell off. You know how those shoes just don't want to stay on, especially when they're not on the stand. So, what do you think of which of the Dream Glow dolls do you like better, the African American or the Caucasian? In this case, I like the Caucasian better, but I really do like this one too, except for this dress that needs wash. So, I've got two pieces of clothing I'm going to have to try to work on and see. So, I'm going to leave those two out. But just to wrap up today, I just want to say that there's no right answer to which decade is the best for Barbie. It's what you like. And for me, that happens to be the 80s, but I don't think that that's, the only right answer. So I wanted to show you today, about eight, what was it, 5, 6, 7, 8 dolls, yeah. 8 dolls. Why I really like the 80s and Superstar era itself. And I'm sure there'd be from the 90s and the 2000s, etc. 8 dolls I could find that I really like, but they don't have the same general flow or feeling, that Superstar era. I can't think of another era after that. Maybe you all can help me remember another era, but I think that contributes to it as well. Others I could have mentioned would have been, like I said, my first Barbie, especially the first one, roller skating Barbie, fashion jeans, and if we get into Whitney and PJ, well, we've got Dream Date PJ, we've got Totally Hair, or not Totally Hair, Jules Secret, or yeah, I think that's it, Jules Secret Whitney, and Perfume Pretty Whitney. So those are some of my other favorite 80s. And oh, Day to Night, I didn't even mention Day to Night. So it just goes on and on with the 80s dolls, and that's why I love them so much. Um, and why they hold a special place in my heart, again, because I started in that decade, and that's what got me started. And even the Dolls of the World that I first saw and liked, those are part of the Superstar era too, or at least those ones from that time period. So with that, I'm going to close. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe if you have not. And check that bell so that you get notified every time I do a new video, especially these doll videos or toy videos. But, occasionally I do another kind of video, but usually it's this. So everybody have a great week ahead. And again, if you celebrate Memorial Day, be safe. Remember someone special who you've lost. And take care, everyone. Talk to you next time.